Christoph Burkhardt, thank you so much for your speech this morning. It was fascinating.
Thank you.
So you are a specialist in AI. You studied it in college. You got your master's thesis and all of this stuff. And I say stuff because I don't really understand AI. But tell us how the supply chain can use AI to its benefit.
Yeah, so pretty much every industry or every process, like a supply chain, that shows certain patterns in how things move, and there are regularities that humans cannot detect, can benefit from AI because it does recognize patterns that we can't see. And it makes predictions based on those patterns that just rely on feedback to be trained, but AI is much better at figuring out how people and things should move than we are.
Well, humans, as we talked about, are creative, but dangerous and selfish. So the AI, I guess, then picks up where we cannot. They have skills that we don't have. That's what you're saying.
Yeah,
Well,
I would even say that the ego that we developed that makes us selfish is actually a survival mechanism that we needed.
Yeah.
And AI is in some ways compensating for that on a larger scale. So when we look at supply chain, it might even out some of the things that we bring in because we have ego.
Really?
But I wouldn't say ego is a bad thing. I think this makes us human. And
Yeah.
so we still need that part, but AI can help us see the moments when we should not show too much ego.
Okay. Well, so you're an AI enthusiast,
Yeah.
but are there pitfalls in the adoption or implementation of AI?
For sure, and it's always in the corners that we don't look at right now. So AI, of course, is developed by good actors and bad actors, and I just said it on stage, but there are always attackers and defenders, and they both use AI now. So whoever makes more progress and faster than the other one will win this game, at least short term. And so we have to make sure that on the defense side we have enough AI that protects us from bad actors that inevitably will be there.
Yeah. And when you say AI, you're talking about a stream of things. It's automation of some kind.
Yeah.
It's machine learning. AI is not one thing.
Yeah.
Can you give me a couple of categories that we would think about as AI?
Okay, so to me, I would say all AIs are prediction machines.
Okay.
That's at the core of every AI. Of course, we apply that to different things. So some look at patterns in language or text or video, material, images. That's one category. That's what we call generative AI right now.
Yeah.
But say the machine learning applications I would call applied AI right now. So we use data and we predict things and events in life. That's of course different than predicting what a text should sound like. But the mechanism in its core, it's just predicting what's happening next.
Yeah.
Right? Whether that's in an image or whether that's on the road if we have an autonomous car, it's pretty much the same process.
Right. And how accurate are they?
The cars are incredibly accurate. I
Yeah.
mean, the self-driving car now has 10,000 years of driving experience,
Yeah.
so they're much better than we are. Much better. Yeah, we don't want humans to drive around.
I know, but it's like it's hard for it. It's like you can't quite believe
Yeah.
that a robot would be safer than a human, right? I mean, it's a mental thing, right?
Yes.
And public sense of safety,
Yes.
right?
And in most aspects, a robot would not be safer. So I still,
Yeah.
you want a human to be the decision maker in most cases.
That makes sense.
But driving is not one of them. Driving is too easy, too much based on rules that a robot can figure out. So it's much safer to go with the robot there. Creating a new movie for Hollywood? No.
No.
No, please not too much robot.
Okay,
That's
so we
gonna be
don't
boring.
need any more strikes then? Is that what you're saying, the writer strikes? All right. Last question. So what are the top 3 things that if I am a logistics company, I should think about in adopting or implementing AI?
Right, so an easy start is to look at individual or team productivity tools. So whatever is you can use in documentation right now, automatic documentation. So for my Zoom calls, of course, there's always an AI listening, transcribing everything, summarizing everything, picking out the to-dos that have to come next. But
Yeah.
this is incredibly efficient in the moment, but really what we're creating by transcribing everything we say is a database for the next wave of AI to improve everything in an organization. So this is one thing. Of course, in logistics, play around with the tools that AWS and Google are providing for free. Those machine learning algorithms are easy to handle. It's just, you click a few things together and you have basically, just like apps that you don't have to program anymore. You don't need to program. And then, of course, you have to play around with the large language models if you can, because generative AI based on text will be with us for the next 10 years for sure.
Yeah. Christoph, you're an optimist. You're positive. I love it. Thank you
Thanks
so
so
much
much.
for joining us.
Thank you.